Earth-Keeper are truly honored to present author, teacher, speaker and channel, Linda Robinson. Linda's brilliant presentation is entitled The Energy That Connects Us, and is followed by Linda's beautiful and inspiring channel of the Angelic Realm of Light. Linda begins immediately after the opening music. Enjoy, and Namaste.
Wonderful sister, a kind person, and she will speak on the energy that connects us. A round of applause for Linda M. Robinson.
Good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here with you at the Earth-Keeper Stargate Gathering. This has been an amazing blend of science and spirituality, and it is so nice to have each and every one of you here. In a few minutes, I'd like to discuss the energy that connects us. And first, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, because I always like to know a little bit about the people that I'm listening to when I'm speaking. As Tib said in his introduction, my name is Linda Robinson, and I am a spiritual teacher, speaker, and author. I work very closely with the angelic realm, the divine feminine, and the Hathors. I describe my spiritual journey in my book, Reflections on the Path, The Awakening. My path went from a very traditional conservative background in North Carolina to one of awakening and embracing metaphysics after I moved to Virginia and was introduced to Edgar Cayce's ARE, the Association for Research and Enlightenment. When I read There is a River, the biography of Edgar Cayce by Thomas Shugru, I knew I had found what I was looking for, an expanded view of spirituality. As I took each step on my path, I had no idea what would unfold, but I'm so glad I took that next step and took that leap of faith each time the next step presented it. In my previous career, I was an educator and taught life skills to adults and youth in non-formal settings. Then when I retired from that career, I shifted my focus to teaching and writing about personal development, spirituality, and metaphysics. As part of my work, I present monthly channeled messages that I receive from Archangel Zadkiel on my website, personalpathwaysoflight.com. Archangel Zadkiel and Archei Holy Lady Amethyst are the archangels of the seventh ray of light. And this ray is also the home of Saint Germain and the violet flame. This ray has many qualities that can help us in the times that we're in now. Some of the main characteristics of this ray are transmutation, transformation, and manifestation. One of the most important things that this light can do with us now is when we invoke the violet flame, it helps us to keep our energy clear, and this is especially important as we focus on the energy of the heart and the energy that connects us. Another important part of my spiritual path is participating in spiritual pilgrimages, many of these with the Earth-Keeper family. We each have our own experience when we visit sacred sites, and we each receive what we're supposed to receive as we visit these sites. For me, it's heart energy and a connection at the heart level. No matter what site I visit, I feel a resonance in my heart. Recently, I was fortunate enough to go with the Earth-Keeper family to sacred Peru, which is part of ancient Og. And I'd like to share with you two of the sites that particularly resonated with me on that pilgrimage. Machu Picchu had always been on my bucket list of places to visit. And I knew it would be a highlight of this particular pilgrimage. We were fortunate to be able to visit Machu Picchu twice, and I know a lot of you in here were on that pilgrimage, and you can look at some of the great memories we had. When we visited Machu Picchu twice, we were able to visit once in the late afternoon and again in the early morning hours. The first part of this visit to Machu Picchu began with a train ride on a very nice train from the Sacred Valley to Aguas Calientes. Then we took a bus up a winding road to Machu Picchu. As I stepped off the bus and onto the sacred grounds of Machu Picchu, I could feel the ancient energy, and I knew that this place was one that was going to really resonate with me. We climbed to the point where many people take photos, and this is an actual photo that I took at Machu Picchu. After the ceremony on the first afternoon, we had time for individual meditation and reflection. And as part of my meditation and reflection, I took a look around at all the different tourists that were there. Many nationalities were represented, and I knew that we were all connected at the heart center as we were there at that very sacred site. Early the next morning, we went back for a sunrise ceremony, and I must say it was truly spectacular. During this ceremony, I felt the very ancient energy of Og and Mu, and I felt Lemurian energy come in. Everybody had their own experience of what they were feeling, but for me, it just called to my heart center as I felt this very gentle energy. I felt a sense of peace in my soul, and I felt like I had come home. Another part of the pilgrimage that really was special for me was a trip on Lake Titicaca in which we went to Island of the Sun. I had gone to Island of the Sun several years before with the Earth-Keeper group on the Bolivia pilgrimage, and I know we have some people in here who were on that pilgrimage also. I wanted to go again because when I went the first time, the energy of being out on the water on that boat ride to Island of the Sun was so soothing and so peaceful. When we arrived at Island of the Sun, we were greeted with waterfalls and beautiful flowers, and I immediately felt gratitude in my heart for being allowed to be in such a special and sacred place. As I sat at the edge of Lake Titicaca and gazed across the water, I just felt such peacefulness in my heart. The gentle, for me, it felt like gentle feminine energy of being on the water. And so once again, I was able to achieve what I wanted to achieve with that particular part of the pilgrimage. As reflecting on the energy of sacred sites, when I visit sacred sites, I'm reminded that, especially those in other countries, I feel such a connection of oneness with everybody. On most of these pilgrimages, there are people from all across the country and all around the world. And no matter where a person is from, we all feel that special bond and the special heart energy of connection. And one thing I experienced both on this pilgrimage and on some of the others is that even when language is a barrier, the energy of the heart can be felt. And it's the energy of the heart that connects us, and a smile and just a beaming of love to the other person and a smile back from them says it all. We may ask ourselves why connecting with others is so important. Sometimes it's easy to forget that connecting with others is important, and that was one reason why I wanted to speak on that particular topic today. We're living in times where we're recognizing that we are no longer separate from each other. We have witnessed many natural disasters recently, and we have watched as people needed to reach out and receive help just for the basic necessities of life. We watched as strangers helped strangers, even risking their own lives so that others could be helped. And this is a prime example of experiencing a heart connection and the feeling of oneness with the fellow human beings. As I saw this on TV, I was reminded of the words of John Donne, who said, "No man is an island." We are all reminded that we're connected at a very basic level, at a heart level. So as we think about the energy that connects us, we only need to look within ourselves to find this connection. It resides in our heart center, and within our heart center is our divine spark of light. Our divine spark is the part of us that was part of creation before we separated our light into individual sparks. And it's this spark of light that continues to connect us to the Creator, and also it connects us to each other. It contains love, light, and universal energy. So when we think we're all by ourselves, all we have to do is turn back into our heart center and feel this connectedness with all that is. We're not just individual lights going about our daily routine. We're part of something much greater than that, part of something much greater than ourselves. Our divine sparks could be compared to points of light that form a great network across the planet. And when we picture this, picture yourself looking down on the planet and seeing so many sparks and points of light that are connected by a great network of energy. So we may ask again, why focusing on the heart energy is so important. Our planet is ascending, and we as humanity need to ascend with it. Each of us is ascending at a different rate, and that's as it should be, because we're each following our own path in what we're doing. The qualities of peace, love, and harmony are needed for the next step. And so these are things that we each work on in our own way. A desire for highest good is also part of this ascension process. It isn't enough just to want good things for ourselves. It's important that we want highest good for everyone else as well, because this helps to bind us together and lift others up. I know we've all had the experience of having others who lifted us up along the way. So when we help to lift others up, we're doing our part for the greater good of humanity. There are a couple of other practical points I like about focusing on the heart energy. And one is that occasionally we come across somebody that we feel like we just can't connect with. If that happens to me, I like to remember that they also have a heart center and a divine spark. So I send love to their divine spark. Even though I may not agree with their actions, I can still send love to their divine spark. Another way that I like to use heart energy is that if I'm making a decision, I tune in at a heart level and focus on highest good before making my final decision. This brings a sense of peace over me, and I find that it just really facilitates the decision-making process. We can consciously enhance the energy that connects us. This is happening at a feeling level, at the heart level. The more we focus on our heart energy and the energy that connects us, the stronger it becomes. The feeling we are experiencing when we do that is universal love. So let's experience this feeling of universal love together for the next few minutes in a guided meditation. Allow yourselves to settle comfortably in your chair, with your feet flat on the floor and your hands resting comfortably in your lap. You may close your eyes when you are ready. Take a few deep, gentle breaths in and out at your own pace. Feel your breath flowing in and out very gently. Slowly, allow your attention to rest at your heart center. With each in-breath, and each out-breath, let your attention focus even more on your heart center. As you continue to focus on your heart center, you begin to notice a feeling of warmth in your heart center. As you breathe in and out, this warmth continues to grow and expand. And you are aware of feelings of love, universal love. It is very peaceful and calming. It reminds you of a time of complete harmony and the interconnectedness of all of creation. As you continue to turn your attention inward, you connect with your divine spark. It is crystal clear and shining brightly. Your divine spark connects with divine light. You become aware that you are a part of a vast network of light that spans across the planet and out into the universe. You are in awe of this connection as you are aware of the beautiful energy that radiates across this network of light. You are aware that you are part of something much greater than yourself. You are a part of all that is. Take a moment to enjoy the feeling of calmness, peacefulness, and connectedness. And now, remain in a meditative state as we hear a message from the angelic realm of light. Greetings, beloved ones. This is the angelic realm of light, and we greet you with love. You are living in a time where you are becoming aware of the interconnectedness of humanity, of the oneness of creation. As you are aware, all of creation originates from the Source, from the Creator. In the beginning, all beings were part of the whole and were aware of the love and light within them. They worked together harmoniously in a configuration for the greatest good of all. There was no competition, for they knew that each one had an important part to play. Slowly, the individual talents and abilities of each being began to manifest in preparation for their roles in creation. Harmony and love continued to be at the center of their consciousness, for they were aware that they were being prepared to work together for greatest good. Gradually, the great plan of creation had manifested, and all parts were in harmony. As long as the core of each being was focused on highest good, everything moved and functioned in a harmonious manner. Each being of light had its primary area of focus, just as today you each have your own primary area of focus. Each one knew that they were playing an essential role for greatest good. Just as the beings of light were aware of their connectedness in the beginning, you are also aware of your connectedness with the rest of humanity today. You know that you have a beautiful divine spark of light within your heart center. You are also aware that each being has a beautiful divine spark of light within their heart center. You know that each one wants to be loved and acknowledged for their part in greatest good. The energy of connectedness and oneness is in the heart center. It has remained this way for eons, and it continues to be true today. It is the unspoken language of the ages. The more you focus on your heart center and the divine spark within, the stronger it will become. The more love and light you will radiate. And the more you will be connected and feel the oneness. And now, let us invite you to make this connection of oneness even stronger. Again, focus on your heart center. Feel the love. Feel the love. Feel the light of your divine spark grow even brighter. As your love and light shine even more brightly, you're aware that each being in creation also has a heart center and a divine spark. This includes your neighbor next to you, the people who live close to you, those across the country, those all around the world, and even those in other dimensions. You are aware that this energy has been with you throughout the ages, and it connects you with your fellow beings of light and with all that is. As you focus on this awareness of connection at the heart level, you begin to visualize a great network of light that connects all of creation. You feel a sense of peace and knowingness that each time you focus on your heart center and the love it carries, that you send this love out across the network of light. It transcends time, space, and location. When you place your intent on highest good, the love you send carries peace and harmony to all. It begins in your own heart center, and you are a force for greatest good. And now, once again, focus on your heart center. Feel the love. Feel the sense of peace and harmony. Feel the oneness of your connection with all of creation. Take a moment to enjoy this feeling of love and connection. Know that you can tap into this feeling of love at any time by focusing on your heart center. Whenever you feel this love, know that we are with you. You are a beautiful being of light, and you are greatly loved. We are the angelic realm of light, and we surround you with love. And so it is. Now, slowly come back to this room. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. You may open your eyes when you are ready. As you continue to feel the love in your heart center and the energy that connects us. Thank you. It has been an honor to share with you.
So we're going to break for about 5 to 10 minutes while we set the energy and ask Max and Shauna Ra to come forward.
soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise